The Other Side with DC. Tune in. Share it, like it, subscribe. Share, like, and subscribe. We're talking sports. Hey, I have some hot topics, some hot guests. The Jay Grimes. The Jay Grimes
Yes,
is
sir.
in the studio
That's a pleasure
in
to
the
be
other
here.
side. Jay Grimes. And then Arthur Derrick. Arthur Derrick. Jay, welcome to the other side.
Appreciate it. Happy to be here, Dr. Caraway.
We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about, but let's talk about some high school football, yo.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about high school football, and especially South Oak Cliff High School.
Oh, man.
First of all, the three of us went to Roosevelt. Let's be
Right.
real
Yes,
clear. As we
Mustangs.
Talk about,
Mighty,
we Mustangs.
yeah, I'm real down
But
for
let's
sure.
be clear. But
Rivalry, crosstown rivalry.
yes,
but
but we applaud and support totally the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears.
yes, we do.
Well, what's going on?
It was a good game, man. We was out there last Friday. They played Melissa. They got down a little bit and it got a little shaky start. And second half, they came out and took them people to Pound Town, man. And we survive in the vans. It's called Pound Town.
Well, here's the deal. The first half, Melissa scored.
Right.
Well, Midlothian, not Melissa.
Midlothian here.
Midlothian.
That's what he messed up.
Yeah.
Midlothian Heritage. Yeah.
Here's the deal. They scored twice.
Right.
And they had us down 14-0.
14-0.
It looked bad for us in the first beginning
Right.
of the game.
Right.
It had everybody scared. I was scared, concerned, but you never give up on the Bears.
Nah.
Okay. Then the Bears scored a touchdown, made it 14-7.
Right.
Then what happened? Well, Midlothian, they scored again, made it 21-7.
No.
And then
No, they kicked the field goal at they kicked the field goal, a 50-yarder.
While we were down at the long line concession.
Oh, the worst concession.
The worst concession in the world is in
It was your fault.
Yeah, I mean the line was from the concession stand all the way back to the 20-yard line with 3 people working for all of us.
And then they had the hot dog, the food. By the time you got the food was cold, they ran out of food.
Ran out of nachos. Arthur, you should have been there. It was a
Oh
shame.
man, it was
I
awful.
wish I was there.
Nah, it was bad. It was bad, man. Like it was so bad. The line was, we had 3 people. Whoever went first, man, just go ahead. We gonna order something. But by the time I got up there, they say, "Well, we don't have nothing. We only have hot dogs." Well, they call them glizzes. You don't want. And they didn't have no nachos. So
Ran out of cheese.
they ran out of cheese. So I said, just make whatever you got. They had to squeeze the bag, and I was like, man, just give me whatever you got. And we just gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Popcorn about the best thing they had going. Popcorn.
I got some hot pop. I got 1 box of hot popcorn.
Yeah.
And then the popcorn you got was cold.
It didn't. No, they was okay, but the popcorn I got.
Okay, it was cold. My
Oh, your
popcorn
box was hot. Yeah, but I didn't even get to eat them. And you gave mine to some other box.
Well,
Somebody
because
ate.
it was cold.
You gave mine.
It was
to
cold popcorn.
Oh well, yeah.
I had hot popcorn.
They were better than Jerry World. Put it like the Ford Center.
Well, yeah, that popcorn was stale.
Yeah. But it was a good game, man. I never really panicked when they got down 14, but most people was in the stand disgruntled. And, man, I had said a word to a guy in the stand, but I'm not even gonna go that far because it just trickled down to the day, and but they
I mean, what happened with the guy?
Huh?
What guy you talking about?
One of the guys in the stands, man, they just he got the why you say this? They didn't know how the relationship between me and the coaches, like Coach Ward and Coach Todd, them, and I was telling them, like, hey man, y'all got people that should be on the other side, not this side, but the other side, like these, like. They should be on the other
side on Midlothian.
Yeah, they should have been over there. Yeah, because first quarter, they yada. Oh, man, it's over with. I told them they can't coach. And I'm like, it got so point. I was finna ask you, do you want to move? But you probably wasn't. You probably don't really listen.
About to get,
Yeah. Yeah, you wasn't listening. So I said, man, I've never seen nothing like that. Man, these people down 7-0, and these people are already giving up saying this, that, and the third. But it got back, and the guy had some words for me. But I don't duck no smoke, man. They know what it is with me. So I don't be, whatever I say on these podcasts and these shows, you best believe I done said one of these Negro face, or we'll see it to the face. So, I don't get into that. But good game.
South Oak Cliff is outstanding. I mean, the coach, Coach Todd,
Man.
he was running the ball.
Right.
He was running the ball. and running the ball.
Yeah.
3rd down and 12,
Yeah.
he's running the ball.
Yeah.
And, some fans, and including myself, I was saying, hey, let's throw the ball, throw the ball. And he kept running the ball, but he kept gaining yards, Arthur.
Yeah.
He gained 3 or 4 yards, he run the ball, they get 3 or 4 yards. It'd be 3rd, and it'd be 4th down, and he's still running the ball. But they were advancing.
Yeah.
And what I said to the brother in the stands with me, I said, I gotta believe in the coach, because this must be what the coach knows, that there's a weak spot somewhere, and he just kept running and running and running.
You don't deviate from the
Final
script.
score was 42. They scored 42 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
Coach Todd. Right on, Coach.
They pound. You don't deviate from the script like when you got like they was gassed 3-4 yards up the middle. So you got 3-4 yards. That's a first down. That's 12 yards on the first.
Yeah.
So and then even with the 3rd and 12, people were like, "Why are we running on 3rd?" Yeah, because if they getting 5 or 6 yards of pop, they trying to get closer to go for it on 4th down. So if they getting 3-4 yards, why not go on? You're in 4th down territory.
Diallo, I think that's his name. The kicker.
Yeah.
Is it Diallo?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
One of them,
that little kicker, South Oak Cliff guy, he can kick that ball. His little Hispanic boy, he can kick that ball. He can kick some field goals, some extra points, and he ready to go to any college of his choice.
Right.
And from South Oak Cliff. I just want folks to understand that the game is changing. And the little Hispanic guy, Diallo, he had everybody hollering for him. He's number 19 too. I remember his number. He's that good. I remember his number.
Yeah, but
I'm with him.
I'm proud
So at the end of the day, that's where it is. Put him up a chair.
Yeah.
Put him on up in the chair.
So they
while we're doing that, and the mic him up. We got a Dallas Cowboy coming in here.
Yeah.
And
so they survived.
Cowboy. We were talking high school football.
Yeah, they survived in the band. So they will play Lovejoy next week at Choctaw Stadium.
So now we can beat Lovejoy, huh?
It's gonna be a good game. I said on my show yesterday that the winner of this game Saturday will be the 5A Division II state championship.
So the winner of the football game
between Sock and Lovejoy. This is
3:30.
Right. Whoever win this
Choctaw Stadium
will be the 5A Division II state champions, because they will go ahead on and win it, because no one else coming from the other side in the top will be able to beat these teams right here. So this is the nitty gritty, and they need to show up and show out. They show out at Mesquite Memorial, but they definitely need to show out for this one to get prepared, because this will be a good, tough game for them. Lovejoy. It's always been a tough game, but it will be a tough game for them.
Well, Arthur, why you think Roosevelt is not in the? What's the difference between Roosevelt and South Oak Cliff? What's
student-wise, because Roosevelt over that neighborhood ain't hardly no young peoples over there anymore.
Okay.
Because Pop Warner football and Cedar Crest Common and the Beckley St. Dragons, they don't have the A down to the C team. They got little kids.
So we're in the same level. They got 5A, 5A2.
No,
Where's Roosevelt?
No. Roosevelt is they're
different.
They
3A. No, 3A.
3A. Roosevelt.
3A because of the population. So
and see, Roosevelt don't have that many students. Anyway.
Okay,
but
so it's different.
You got the students. Now, here's what I'm saying. I don't like talking about this, but we're gonna talk about it since we brought. Part of it, like I say, they fired Aaron Wallace. Okay. And I caught a lot of backlash because Miss Johnson, a couple of people thought I was trying to ridicule Wallace, which I wasn't.
That's Tony.
Tony Johnson, yeah. And so I endorsed who I endorsed. I said I don't send nobody else to Roosevelt if it ain't Dwight Jones. Dwight Jones is the head coach at Oliver Wendell Holmes Middle School right now.
Okay.
He should have had the job before Wallace, but some stuff happened and he didn't get the second interview and he was upset about it, but he didn't come back. They gave it to Wallace. Miss Johnson, they voted for him. He's a vet alumni, former NFL. Let's get it. But I've been knowing before he even got the job, and I was like, okay, well, they give him the job. He's there 2017-20. He got 6 seasons. And if you look at the history of Vail, like he went 6 seasons, 13-47. 13 wins, 47 losses.
It's Wallace.
Yeah, 1-29 in the last 2 seasons. 0-10. Like that's not there. That's not us. We gonna win some games. I don't give a damn. We leaving 4 or 5 games, and so people feel like I lied for him to get fired. I didn't lie for him. It was just his time. He should have been gone a long time ago.
Okay.
But it's like, how do you? And I don't, like I tell people, I don't try to get nobody fired. I don't want nobody's financial situation to diminish. But you're the athletic coordinator, you're the head coach. They just gave you $15,000 rate to all the coaches. You're getting $122,000 a year.
Oh, yeah.
To win 13 games is a problem for me. Yeah, that's a problem.
Out of 6 years.
Out of 6 years.
13 games out of 6 years.
13 games out of 6 years. And they finally pulled a string. And so, like, I spoke with Miss Johnson when she called me, and I told her, my outlook on it. And I'm like, okay, this is what it is. She felt like he's grieving, he's hurting. And I had Kevin Smith and my other guy, Dennis Ransom, on my show last week. We was talking about they went to A&M with him. Right?
Jay Grimes show.
Yeah, they went to A&M with Wallace. And they asked me, I said, I've never seen a man with a headset. Every game I've came to, I've never seen a head coach without a headset on. I've never seen him with a pen or pad. I've never seen him talk. He's not a talkative person. And they asked me what would his pregame speech be like. And I made a mockery of it, which is cool. I mean, I did. I said, I don't know. But they, she said they called heat about it and saying it. But I want y'all to know that I like Wallace as a person. I think he's a great person, a great individual. I've been knowing him. But as a head coach, I don't like that position for him.
I want to say something first. Let me say that Lincoln Coleman, former Dallas Cowboy, Super Bowl, has joined us, number 44. Mm-hmm. So Lincoln, welcome. We're talking about high school today.
Yes.
We're talking high school football.
Yes.
I just want to make sure you bring you in.
Yeah.
Let me.
I wanted to ask a question real quick about Aaron. What do you think his problem?
Yeah.
And what was the problem with him in wins, trying to win?
It's part of the problem, I think, here, because that's my community, that's my neighborhood. Part of the problem is, like, we do have deficiencies in that neighborhood, like getting kids to play, getting kids to come there. Yeah. But you have enough to where you can try to win. I think part of the problem with Roosevelt and Wallace is, like, it requires a special type of head coach, a special type. You have to be vocal. You have to get out in the community. You have to get out and mess. And he don't fit that criteria that's what's required for that neighborhood to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't see him in the neighborhood. I don't see him at the games. I don't see him talking or speaking out because it's not him. You know what I mean? But I do have friends that I played with in high school, but that are on the staff. They can only do so much. You know what I mean, for the community. You know what I mean? But like I say, that position is a tough position, and they try to say that they didn't do it right but
was it his first coaching job?
That was his first head coaching job. He was with Sample. He was at Skyline with Sample. And was at Lincoln. Okay. But they when he what I was going to say is that the guy they had a new principal, Mr. Joseph. If you ask me, I think they brought him in too far, Wallace, because
we didn't.
I think so. I think y'all did. I think so. But this is my opinion. I'm saying.
Hold on. He's the best candidate.
Okay. I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Carol.
He was the best candidate that we interviewed. Mm-hmm. I was part of the interview.
Yeah.
On the interview team.
Yeah, you, Dr.
I didn't
Henderson.
know anything about, because some people did not want him, but he came in ready, hot to go. So I'm just saying, I'm not familiar with what we didn't bring him in to say, "Oh, you okay?"
Okay, well, I didn't say you, but that's just my opinion. But they could.
Well, no,
okay.
Your opinion is
okay.
wrong on
Okay,
him.
let me ask you this. Let me say this then. Well.
And I want to say
something. They try to say he didn't get the FERC. They didn't do the firing process. So right. Well, the man came in and said that he's going to evaluate everybody this year. Right. Mm-hmm. That's enough right there. You don't need to say what is there more to say. When someone come in and say, "Hey, hey man, you got 1 year to get it right," and you didn't get it right. You didn't win no games. So. It's consequences behind their action.
This is the new principle.
Yeah,
So the bottom line is this. I just want to make sure we clear it up to say that the hiring process for the principal at Roosevelt
Right.
was a fair process, and there were some good candidates.
Yeah.
But the candidate that is now the principal there,
Right.
he was top of the line.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like the community person.
Right.
That go out and will go out and talk to
Right.
every single
Yeah,
student.
yeah, I've heard that.
But I do want to say this though, something that you said, that eyewitness and Arthur, you may have been at the football game with me when I went to this football game. We went to Roosevelt football game, okay, this year,
Right.
and the football player left. Here's the football field. Here's the bench. Here's the track. Here's the stand. Football player in uniform in the third quarter.
Right.
You remember in the second quarter, second or third quarter, let me be clear. He comes and climbs over and go up into the stand.
And talk to
What game was this?
That's Roosevelt. That's
That-
our
Oh, that-
alumni.
Oh, dang.
the playoff,
Yeah,
the
the
first playoff game out
Yeah.
there.
What, that was
Wait,
6-7 years ago?
No,
we,
last
no,
year.
This
Last
we didn't make the play. Oh,
That
football
was-
or basketball?
Football.
We didn't make the playoff
But
last
it
year.
was-
Wait a minute,
it wasn't
the
the
playoff.
playoff
It wasn't a
game.
playoff. We ain't made the playoff.
It had to be about the third, fourth.
Okay,
fifth
get
game.
it, but y'all gotta
It
get
was-
y'all
it
favorite.
was-
Hold
It
on.
was homecoming.
Okay, homecoming.
All right, so whatever
This
it
year
was-
or last year?
Last year.
Hold
Okay,
on. Let me handle it.
I was there. I
Wait,
missed
hold
it.
on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say this one thing. First of all, let's be real clear.
Yeah.
The game was this year. I was there. I want to be real. Wait a minute. I was there, and I sat on about the fourth or fifth row
At Sprague.
at
Wilbur Hutchins.
Wilmer Hutchins.
That was last year. I was
That
there.
was last year.
I was there. I walked. I was. It was my year. I was the
Y'all know
home.
everything. I wouldn't care if it was last
It
year,
was,
last 10
I was
years.
Mr. Roller, so we had to walk on the key and on the field. I had to. I was at her. It was
It was
with
last
Hutch.
year.
All
the way.
right, all right. Well, whatever year it was, the player, it might have been last year.
Yeah.
Okay, I yield to that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to yield to this. He left the field, walked up to the stand,
Yeah.
climbed over the rail,
Right.
went up about 10 rows,
And talk to
and talked to some folks up there,
I
sit
remember
down.
that. Yeah.
Okay, now here's the deal. That is absolutely, positively no discipline.
Mm-hmm.
If that had been Coach Holly, who taught and coached us,
Yeah.
or any other coach that's a real coach,
Right.
he'd have whooped our ass.
Yeah.
He'd have sent us to the locker room.
Yeah.
He'd have did everything. Also at that football game at Roosevelt, it was another player cussed out his daddy.
He got his daddy went down on
His
the
daddy
field.
went down fussing and trying to get the discipline of his son. Cussed him out.
Yeah. I remember.
All right, he
I remember.
cussed him out right there in front of everybody.
Yeah, I was
He's
there.
down here and he's using the F word to his daddy and all that.
Right.
So I'm only saying that to say
Yeah.
that it's no discipline. Whoever the hell was
Yeah.
the coach,
Yeah.
I'm
No-
saying
no
there's
discipline.
absolutely no discipline.
Yeah, they gotta get it right, and hopefully.
They ain't got to get it right. There's no discipline.
Yeah, they got it. They about to do change. They about to get in head coach. And, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was a head coach in Michigan.
Okay.
I became a head coach after 1 year being an assistant coach.
Okay.
My best quality is I know how to deal with children.
Right.
I know how to deal with, but that was a learned behavior. It's
Right.
not like I just walked
Walked
in
in.
and said, yeah, I know how to deal with these.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It was a learned behavior.
Right.
And that sounds like somebody who didn't know how to deal with kids.
Right.
Whether you have to strangle them or,
Right.
there's many different ways you can deal with a child.
Right.
I think he was detached.
Yeah.
I mean, just from the stuff that you're saying, he was detached. He
Right.
didn't know how to deal with the kids that he had on the field. Because he
Right.
was the head coach last year, right?
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That type of, I've had that type of stuff
Yeah.
attempt to happen.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example real quick. My first year coaching, I was running back linebacker coach. That player became a high school Heisman for the state of Michigan, went to Notre Dame. Second year, I did the same thing. He became, a high school Heisman, went to Alabama. Okay. On the field, I know I can coach a kid up.
Right.
I had a linebacker. He didn't show up all week. I told the head coach, this is my first year, I said, boy, when he get here, I'm going to run him, I'm going to cut him, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to flip him. And he said, hold up. His mom and dad sell dope. They got busted. The kids are here, there, and everywhere. So that's why he's not here.
Right.
Boom, I had to learn that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
come from a 2-parent house. I
Right,
never
right.
dealt with that type of, you know what I mean? So that was, stuff that I had to learn.
Right.
I had a player, part of our system was this boys' home. I had this kid used to come to me all the time. He's a great boxer. He was an all-state boxer, him and his brother. And he come to me and he's like, man, I'm going to play a football, coach. One day I'm going to get out there and play football. I said, no problem. Show up and we'll make it happen. He shows up on a Thursday. Our game is on Saturday. And what I did to him, because my job is to put him in position to be successful.
Right.
I would put him out there one play, he'd do his thing, and then I pull him off. He's getting madder and madder. I'm like, listen, man, you hadn't been here all year. You only showed up 2 days ago. If I leave you out there, they're gonna kick your butt, on the field.
Right.
He's getting madder and madder. He comes off the field, he jacks me up. You this MF, you don't pull me. I grabbed his ass up and I said, this is my field.
Right.
This is what happens. I'm trying to make sure you don't get embarrassed out here.
Right.
And they broke us up. I find out later, the coach comes to me and says, hey man, his big brother is also his lover. His big brother is his rapist. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into coaching with these kids. You got to get in there.
Well, you got to know the kid.
Yeah.
They don't show up the same way.
know.
I can't. I taught. I can't teach Johnny the same way I can teach Leroy.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So your approach to coaching children has got to be on a little wave.
Yeah,
you know what I
got to be
mean?
in it,
You can't coach them each kid the same way.
You've been listening to The Other Side with Dwayne Caraway. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next time for more great guests, insightful conversation, a little bit of humor, and a whole lot of truth on The Other Side with Dwayne Caraway.